Hello, boys and girls. This is Sako Toomey, and this is day 6 of Vlogmas. I technically am going to show you guys some of my 2018 bullet journal, so you can kind of get a feel for the kind of flow that I've been working with this past year. And maybe I'll start sharing some of the changes I'm going to be making to my workflow. So it is 5:30 in the morning. I didn't actually fall asleep until like 2:30, something like that. And then poor sick Greg, who is like super stuffed up in the sinuses and stuff, he starts like sawing like a buzz saw, like a wood chipper, and it drove me from the room. And I wasn't tired when I went to bed, and now I'm not tired again. And so here I am with Computron, who I haven't named yet. What should I name my Computron? Here, hold on. Fancy case that I'm never gonna take off because I love it. And it was an Etsy buy. I'll link that below. Now that I am at the coffee stage of my morning ritual, my reward for finishing Nanowrimo, this was technically going to be my reward, so I kept this on my desk the entire month just to motivate myself, basically. And now it is December, and I had completely forgotten about my reward, so I'm gonna crack this bad boy open. Got like a thing to make it fit in the package, I guess. Yay! Okay, if I remember, whack and unwrap. Okay. My husband is still asleep, so I'm going to try not to do this too loud. Yeah, okay, I felt it break apart. Oh, I heard my husband, like, move around up there. Alright, I think I unwrap it by this sticker thing. La 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 la. La 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 la, doing this one-handed. Yay! 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 I love these chocolate oranges. They're like my favorite Christmas tradition. And this was the first year that I actually saw them in dark, which I am a super dark chocolate fan. The darker the better. I'm not big on... Oh, yas. I try not to do chocolate first thing in the morning, but... Oh, that's so good. The chocolate's not old, which is excellent. It's actually relatively fresh. Orange and chocolate go together. Mwah. I think quite lovely. So anyway, let's get on to the Bujo action. Yeah. I got this journal at a Staples at the beginning of the year. I can't remember the company. The East Coast Classic Belly Dance Festival is down in Virginia Beach. It'll be in January. You should check it out. Here is my year at a glance. My future log. And here are my goals. On the left there are my goals for 2019. On the right we have my goals for before I am 40 and then also before I am dead. This was my first attempt at a Horizon page. It's kind of like a month at a glance. And then on the right is my first attempt at a typographic page, which failed miserably. It is my favorite quote from Dune. And this became the basis for my weeklies. You'll notice I have a little slot for my goals, what's happening in the next week, and then on the right I have the 4 days out of the week that I'm supposed to cook, what I'm cooking, what I'm eating, and then on the right I'm supposed to be writing what things I need to go to the grocery store for. But I don't always need to go to the grocery store, so I don't always fill that part out. At the end of each week, I'm only showing the slot for the last week of January, but I leave a few pages open for notes and the like. And I'm just gonna whir through a couple of months here. Kind of gives you an idea of the kind of spreads I was coming up with on the monthly. April is easily my favorite. My ghosties, my butterfly knife and coffin, my mirror and devil, mug and coffee pot. Of course I didn't finish inking, but that's a death head moth and a create thingy. Notes. Here is my end of month summary, which became a really great done list as opposed to a to-do list. And I usually make it a spread with my Horizon. I started to get a little fancier with my spreads. They started to get artsier. But because with the new art, I just rarely had the time to actually finish inking everything. Some end of notes. My next spread. These came out really pale. I'm not sure if they show up, but this was an adventure theme inspired by Will Austin, which of course I didn't finish. Note page, summary and Horizon. This was for an RP group that's super faded for reasons. This was for while I was at Penzic. Here's September. I wanted something that was a little more me, I guess. I felt like my previous spreads weren't me enough, so I thought I would start to tap into my personal aesthetic a little more. Notes. Here's my November, which was the phases of the moon, or as the moon goes through the sky. And here we are in December. I'm starting to get a little super bullet journal-y as far as trends are concerned. I'm still working on it, as you can tell. Here is my contents, which I do by the week and by the page. So I am a little concerned with the lectern that I may not have enough space for my index. Nice little pocket in the back. I have some, oops. Yeah, nice and upside down. Good job, Sako. Yep. Events run by some friends of mine. One of my idols, Mariah Chappelle. And that was my bullet journal. And next year I get to use this one. Super excited. That was a flip through of my 2018 bullet journal. My 2019 bullet journal is going to be wildly different, partially because of size. There's only so much you can cram into a finite space. If you liked this video, please do the like thing. If you want to see what I do for the rest of Vlogmas, ring that bell. I'll catch you guys on the flip side.